If you stand on Milton Keynes Station, ticket for London in hand, you'll see trains arriving that are bound for London, but sometimes you'll hear a station announcer say, "Passengers cannot board this train." If you ask, "What would happen if I did board this train?" you'll be told that you'll be charged the fare from crew. If you ask who made this decision, you'll be told it was the regulator. No doubt the regulator claims to be putting passengers first. When the UK government privatised our utilities, it occurred to the electricity regulator that it didn't make sense for all the electricity companies to have their own meter reading activities, and so all were told to use just one meter reading service. Managers of the meter reading service introduced performance-related incentives in the hope of increasing the productivity of meter readers. Points for reads. Once you have points for reads, you also have to have points for having good reasons why you couldn't get a reading. Meter readers seek to optimise their points, and that leads to dirty information being sent to electricity providers, which in turn means unhappy customers and lots of failure demand into electricity company service centres. Higher costs and poor quality services. Well done, the regulator. The first local authority to study food safety learned that following the requirements of the regulator did little to achieve the purpose, make food safer. But before they could redesign the service to better achieve the purpose, they had to get dispensation from the regulator to act outside of regulations. Imagine that. You have to get permission to improve. The same is true for children's care services, and this was after both regulators were shown the results of studying these services, which clearly showed adherence to regulations to be dysfunctional. Portsmouth City Council was the first to create a housing repairs service that gives tenants repairs on the day and at the time tenants want them, at the same time as reducing costs dramatically. This astonishing improvement was recognised by Gary Hamill, Uber guru of all management gurus. He awarded Portsmouth a prize. But when the regulator turned up, the Audit Commission at that time, the inspectors gave Portsmouth a thumbs down, because what they saw didn't tick their boxes. Every European country has had a better regulation task force for the last few years. Things didn't get better. We now hear of intelligent regulation and robust regulation. These are clear signs that regulation isn't working. The problem with regulation is that regulators bring their theories and prejudices to the job. In systems terms, they take views on matters of method and measures. For example, the chief regulator at the Financial Conduct Authority believes people in frontline jobs in financial services wouldn't sell if they didn't have incentives. He couldn't be more wrong. Incentives lead to fewer sales. Regulation, a phenomenon which has grown into an industry in the last 20 years, has created regimes of compliance, has driven enterprise away from its purpose, has stifled innovation, and is impeding economic development. It is a disease for which it purported to be a cure.